Nemo,
Eh?
when people try to learn Levantine Arabic, they usually say to me that they are stuck on verbs. This is serious because if that part feels confusing, it can stop you from speaking Arabic fluently.
Well, I'm confused.
See, it's easy to learn words, phrases, but verbs are just another level.
True. I know verb to know is arif, for instance, but how do I say you know, he knows, they know, etc.?
I have helped dozens of people with their fluency in Arabic, and today we are going to make it simple for everybody. This is the first video in our series Unlocking Levantine Arabic Verbs, and we're starting with one of the most important patterns, the present tense. In this video, we'll start with the habitual present. That means things you do usually, regularly, often, or generally, like I do, I know, I go. Nemo and I are going to look at the present verb table together, explain the patterns, and then you are going to practice out loud, not just watch, practice. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to conjugate real Levantine Arabic verbs in the habitual present tense.
And would there be a quiz at the end?
Of course, actually throughout. And we have a little gift for viewers at the end. So stay with us till then. Subscribe now because this is only part one. Yalla, nibda. Today, we will use some of the sweet 16 verbs. These are the foundation of our Levantine Arabic verb system. You can memorize them through the videos in the playlist here.
Where we teach viewers to put the verbs in their bodies?
Yep, that's the one.
Mike, question. Do present tense patterns you're going to teach work on all Arabic verbs?
Almost all. But there are two special ones we're not going to do today. عندي, I have, and بدي, I want. These are semi-verbs, and they need their own special video. So for now, let's take them out. Today, to learn the regular verb patterns, we'll use the verb عارف, to know. This part, عارف, is the stem. For now, think of it like the body of the verb. It will stay there. And we're going to attach things before it and sometimes after it.
So the verb doesn't completely change?
Exactly. The core stays the same. What you need to memorize are the attachments. They're different from English, but it's not random. Once your brain sees the pattern, it becomes much easier. In the first column, we have the Levantine Arabic personal pronouns. Ana, I, ente, you when speaking to a male, enti, you when speaking to a female, هي, she, هو, he, نحن, we, also pronounced احنا in some dialects, antu, you when speaking to a group, and هنن, they, sometimes pronounced هم in some dialects.
Mike, should people memorize these first?
Yes, but don't panic. You'll also memorize them by using them with verbs. That is much better than memorizing a dry list. And if you want us to make a separate practice video just for pronouns, write personal pronouns in the comments. Now, the main pattern to remember is this. In the habitual present tense, most verbs start with a b sound. This b tells your brain, hey, I'm in the present. The b goes in front of the verb. For this pattern, the b is the main present marker. But listen carefully. For nehna, meaning we, the b changes into a m.
Only for we, nehna?
Yes, for all other person, you start with b. We're not building the full form yet, but just remember, all form takes b at the front, nehna takes m.
Ba for all, but am for nehna. Roger that.
Bravo, Alec. Let's go into how to conjugate for each person. Let's build the singular forms first. I know. For Anna, I, we simply add b before the verb. There is no other stuff to attach. I call it the zero form. Anna بعرف.
Anna, barif. Oh, that's easy so far.
Exactly. You know, for ente, when speaking to a male, you add pta before the verb. Ente بتعرف. You know.
You know, ente btarif.
Good. She knows. For هي, she, the form is exactly the same as ente. هي بتعرف. She knows.
Wait, so ante and heye are the same?
Yes. This is why context matters. أنت بتعرف, you know to a male. هي بتعرف, she knows. The verb form sounds the same. The pronoun or the context tells you who we mean. he knows. For هو, he, we use a بيا or B sound before the verb. هو بيعرف. He knows. So we have أنا بعرف. I know. أنت تعرف. You know to a male. هي بتعرف. She knows. And هو بيعرف. He knows. Question. Since the verb has a marker, can I drop the personal pronoun? Can I just say بيعرف? Yes. Very often, native speakers drop the personal pronoun. So instead of saying هو بيعرف, you can simply say بيعرف, he knows. And instead of أنا بعرف, you can simply say بعرف, I know. How do you say don't as in not? You use ma for Levantine verbs to mean not. Ah, okay. So I don't know is just ما بعرف. Exactly. ما بعرف. I don't know. This is one of the most useful phrases in Levantine Arabic. You can add أنا if you want to insist. أنا ما بعرف. Me, I don't know. But most of the time, ما بعرف is enough. Why did you skip NT, Mike? Ah, it will be revealed later, young Padawan. Let's move to the plural forms first. We know. For نحن, remember what we said earlier. The present marker is ma, not ba. But now we need one more piece. After the ma, we add a n sound before the verb. So we get ma, na, عارف, which gives نحن بنعرف. We know. Now we build the full form. بنعرف. So far we have أنا بعرف, أنت بتعرف, هي بتعرف, هو بيعرف, نحن بنعرف. Again, why did you skip أنت, Mike? Because أنت, أنتو, and هنن have something in common. They take something before the verb and something after the verb. So I wanted to keep them nicely together. You know, female. For أنت, when speaking to a female, we start like أنت, بتا, but we add I at the end. أنتِ بتعرفي. You know to a female. So compare أنت بتعرف, you know to a male, and أنتِ بتعرفي to a female. You know plural. For أنتو, you as a group, we also start with بتا, but this time we add U at the end. أنتو بتعرفوا. You guys know. That final U often tells you that we are talking about a group, about a plural. You'll see this again and again in other tenses too. But let's not jump ahead. They know. For هنن, they, we start like هو, بيا, but we add the plural ending U at the end. هنن بيعرفوا. They know. So the full pattern is أنا بعرف, I know. أنت بتعرف, you know, to a male. أنتِ بتعرفي, you know, to a female. هي بتعرف, she knows. هو بيعرف, he knows. نحن بنعرف, we know. أنتم بتعرفوا, you guys know. هنن بيعرفوا, they know. That's it. That's the habitual present. That's the main pattern. Now we need to practice it. Viewers, first repeat after Nemo, then rewind the video and try to say the answer before he says it. You want to reach the point where you can do it quickly and by heart. That will take time and that's okay. جاهز Nemo? جاهز! 3-second time. I know.
أنا بعرف.
أنا بعرف. You know, to a male.
أنت بتعرف.
أنت تعرف. You know, to a female.
أنت بتعرفي.
أنت بتعرفي. She knows.
هي بتعرف.
هي بتعرف. He knows.
هو بيعرف.
هو بيعرف. Now for plurals. We know. Careful.
نحن بنعرف.
نحن بنعرف. You know as a group, to a group.
أنتم تعرفوا.
أنتوا بتعرفوا. They know.
هنن بيعرفوا.
هنن بيعرفوا. Well done, Nima. And well done to you if you said them out loud. If you're still watching, write بعرف in the comments. That tells us that you are following the pattern. Now, let's adapt the pattern to another Sweet 16 verb, عامل, to do. Nima, 3-second timer again.
تمام.
I do.
أنا بعمل.
أنا بعمل. You do to a male.
أنت بتعمل.
أنت تعمل. You do to a female.
أنت بتعملي.
أنت تعملي. Notice here that the vowel in عمل drops when we add the ending E. عمل becomes عملي. That's normal. She does.
هي تعمل.
هي تعمل. He does.
هو بيعمل.
هو بيعمل. Now for plurals. We do.
نحن بنعمل.
نحن بنعمل. You do, guys, as a group.
أنتوا بتعملوا.
أنتوا بتعملوا. Again, the vowel drops. عمل becomes عملوا. They do.
هنن بيعملوا.
هنن بيعملوا.
Mike, that one changed a little bit.
Yes, and that's important. The pattern is the same. Sometimes the pronunciation adjusts when we add endings. That's why you need to hear the verbs, not only read the table. And that is exactly why we built the Storyinteractive Verb Dictionary with native speaker audio. But more on that later. One last pattern for today. Some verbs have a lot of consonants at the start, so when you try to add pt in front of them, it becomes hard to pronounce. Take the verb شوف, to see, to look. If you want to say you see to a male, you would technically have to say bt and شوف, and that gives pshuf. But this is difficult to say quickly. So in real speech, you often hear a small vowel sound, something like بتشوف, like we are wetting the b and the t with a little vowel in the middle. So أنت بتشوف, you see to a male. For أنتِ, female, أنتِ بتشوفي. For هي, she, هي بتشوف. For هو, he, we don't need that little vowel because بيشوف is quite easy to say. هو بيشوف.
Mike, what happens with نحن? We have ما نشا together.
Good ear, Nemo. Again, we add a little vowel. Instead of forcing منشوف, you'll often hear منشوف, منشوف, نحنا منشوف, we see. For أنتو, أنتو بتشوفوا, you guys see. And for هنن, هنن بيشوفوا, they see. That one is easy.
Can we practice one more with that new but and min patterns?
Yes, and this will be your last practice today. And viewers, if you want a pure practice video with no explanation, just drilling, just write practice in the comments. We'll use another Sweet 16 verb, روح, to go. Nemo, 3-second timer.
Roger that.
I go.
أنا بروح.
أنا بروح. You go to a male.
أنت بتروح.
أنت بتروح. That little bit. You go to a female.
أنت بتروحي.
أنت بتروحي. She goes.
هي بتروح.
هي بتروح. He goes.
هو بيروح.
هو بيروح. Now plurals. We go. Careful the ma.
نحن منروح.
نحنا منروح. You go as a group.
أنتوا بتروحوا.
أنتوا بتروحوا. They go.
هنن بيروحوا.
هنن بيروحوا. Okay, I think I get the structure, but how do I make sure I get the pronunciation right or for other verbs? Should I use AI?
I would be careful with AI. It can be useful, but with Levantine Arabic pronunciation, it often gives you strange or wrong forms. That's why we created the Storyinteracters Verb Dictionary, which shows you the conjugations with sound files spoken by real Levantine speakers. You type in the verb you want, and you see the full pattern. No Arabic letters needed. You can find the link in the description to have a little look.
Also, everything from this video and much more is inside my free ebook, Unlocking Levantine Arabic Verbs. Download it from the link in the description below, completely free. In the next video in this series, we'll look at the present continuous, the semi-verbs, عندي and بدي, and then pure practice to make everything automatic. What about the future and past tenses?
All part of the series names. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Now, if it's helped, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and download the free PDF from the description. This is your path to unlocking Levantine Arabic verbs. Yalla, we'll see you in the next one. Ma salama!